am Shay Stone, and today I want to talk to you about book boyfriends. Admit it, ladies, we all have our favorite, whether it's Gideon Cross, Christian Grey, Colin Riley, Galen Zimbrazi, who else? Justin Black, Aaron Lincoln, Damian Starr, Kellen Kyle from that other novel. We all have that guy that we just find so sexy and he makes our heart beat faster. And our men don't understand it. They get all affronted whenever we're reading a book like, oh great, you have to read that again. And I think they think we expect them to be like our book boyfriends, which is ridiculous because let's face it, most of our book boyfriends are billionaires. I mean, if you come home from work and your husband's like, what do you want to eat? And you're like, oh, I'm thinking Italian. And he's like, great, let's order a pizza. Whereas your book boyfriend is like, oh, you want Italian? I'll fuel up the private jet and we'll fly to Italy and have lasagna and then I'll whisk you off to Bora Bora and we'll spend the next 3 weeks on the beach naked making love, which wouldn't work in real life because you chafe. But our men don't understand that. They think that, you know, we expect them to be like that. And we understand that real life gets in the way. We understand they're not billionaires. We understand that there's things like chores and bills and work and all that kind of stuff. But with our book boyfriends, we have the fantasy. I mean, our book boyfriend would hire a butler or a maid before we'd ever have to deal with such menial tasks as laundry or dishes. I mean, our book boyfriends would throw out the damn dishes before our hands would ever touch dishwater. Come on, ladies, you know it's true. It's the fantasy. And men don't understand that. They look down on our book boyfriends, and we don't expect them to be like that. But they have to understand, our book boyfriends love us. They don't care if we are in yoga pants and a t-shirt and we haven't washed our hair in 3 days and it's up in a bun on top of our head and we have no makeup and baby puke on us. They're like, oh baby, I love you, you look so sexy, I must have you now, I'm going to ravish you on the couch. In real life, we know men don't find that attractive. We know that baby puke stinks. And, you know, we don't expect you to ravish us. Hell, we don't want you to ravish us when we look like that because, I mean, we're aware. I mean, we know. And that's okay because when we're sick or we don't feel good or whatever, we have our book boyfriends and they love us unconditionally. I mean, they don't care if we gain 10 or 15 pounds and look like a tin of biscuits about to pop. They still find us sexy. And it's nice to think that someone would no matter what you look like. And there are things that translate, well, no, there's things that work in books that don't necessarily translate to real life, which, you know, when our men are looking at these books, they're thinking this is what we want. And it's not always what we want. Like, for example, the alpha male. We love our alpha males. They're hot, they're sexy, they're powerful. They put their foot down, they know what they want, and they want us. And if another guy comes sniffing around us, God help him because he'll beat the crap out of them or bankrupt his company or whatever it takes to get him out of the picture. And if our real boyfriends or husbands spoke to us like some of the men in the book, we'd be like, oh, nice going, buddy. You just screwed yourself out of some sex for the next week. And that's one of the things that works in a book, but doesn't work so much in, you know, real life. And another thing is the dance. Let's face it, ladies, our book boyfriends can move. I mean, maybe not Christian Grey because I don't know, just something about him, I don't know, he just seems like a wallflower to me or something. But our other book boyfriends, they're pulling out some magic Mike crap. They are, you know, doing the striptease and revealing their rock hard bodies, and then they're twirling us around and flipping us and throwing us on the couch and ravishing us. In real life, your man probably can't dance like that. And if he can, why are you watching this video? You should make him dance and then go have sex with them because, ugh. But most men don't know how to dance. They do the dance. And ladies, you all know what dance I'm talking about. It's the dance where they come out of the bedroom or the bathroom and they're butt naked and they do one of these numbers. Notice the face. And I mean, you're like, what is that? Why are you, it's spinning like a pinwheel and you're trying not to look directly at it. And then they get done and then they're like, hey baby, you want to get it on? And you're like, no, I mean, it was just flopping in the wind. No, that's not sexy. I mean, seriously, men, please stop because we have to work really, really hard to overcome that image and still want to have sex with you. And, you know, that's another thing that kind of goes by the wayside once you are involved in a relationship. Foreplay. Our book boyfriends, they always want foreplay. They're kissing our neck. They're spending time on the girls. They're, going down on us so long that we think we're going to have to forward their mail. Whereas in real life, after a while, it's one of these jobs. The man, takes off his clothes and like, hop on, babe. Which, by the way, is a direct quote from one of my exes. And our book boyfriends give us that. We know life gets in the way. There's, you got the kids coming home, the dryer's gonna go off, whatever, you only have so much time. But in the books, we get that foreplay. We get that romance. And, for the record, men, you shouldn't be jealous. And I don't want you to think that, I'm some man hater or that, I don't like sex, because if you've read my books, I like sex. I'm very fond of sex. I hope to have it again in the future. But our book boyfriends, we need them. We love them. They are there for us. And you shouldn't be jealous, because in the end, first of all, you guys have your magazines. You've got your Details, you've got your GQ, you're stealing our Victoria's Secrets magazines. Yes, we know you do that. And I know you're like, oh no, it wasn't me, it was our son. Your son is 6 months old. He is not stealing the Victoria's Secrets magazine. If he's looking at a Victoria's Secrets magazine, it's because he's sitting on your lap, and the only reason he's checking out boobs is because he's thinking lunch. But you still have them, just like we have our book boyfriends. And you don't hold us up to the ideal of those women, which, they're gorgeous, they're beautiful, and they're perfect. But they're not real. Or, I hate to tell you this, they're all Photoshopped, just in case you didn't know that. They're still gorgeous in real life. I'm not taking that away from them, but we're not going to compete with them, just like you're not going to be able to compete with our book boyfriends. And that's okay. That's why we have our book boyfriends. And you need to let us have it, because let me tell you something. At the end of the day, when we get done reading a sexy chapter or a romantic scene or finish our book boyfriend's gone. But you know who's still around? You. And you're going to get all kinds of lucky. It's a good thing. True, we may be thinking about Gideon or Colin or Galen or Christian, or if you're really kinky, all of them at once. But in the end, we are having sex with you, and that's a good thing. So, in conclusion, I would just like to say, to the writers that write our book boyfriends, thank you. We love them. Keep them coming. To the men in our lives, we love you. We appreciate you. We don't expect you to be like them. Don't be jealous. And to our book boyfriends, thank you. And you know why. Seriously, just But our book boyfriends are a necessity. And don't hate on them. Please check out my book boyfriend in my book, The Rise to Fame. I am Shay Stone. Please come back next week when hopefully I will have a new author talking about their latest work in progress. If not, I'll probably do something crazy or something funny or whatever. Until then, you guys have a great week, and I'll see you next time.